If you are an agency owner with a software development business or eventually a marketing business, right? And you are a bit like me, you are very impatient. You want to get results tomorrow, right? Because there is so much to do every day. It's hard to focus on building a growth system that grows your business automatically. And most importantly, like if, for example, you have high client dependencies, or in the worst case scenario, one of your biggest clients quit and you need clients fast, of course you have to be impatient, right? Because it's high pressure. But let me tell you this, when you are in this situation that I was in 2018, when my biggest client quit overnight and the second next big client quit in the same month, we lost 60,000 euro in revenue almost overnight. And then it was almost too late for me to build an automated lead generation system because I was just relying on referrals, on my network, on hope. And then I started to hire marketing agencies, but I found they don't understand my industry, which was software development at this time. And I built an in-house marketing team. The same problem appeared because I hired people who don't understand the industry. Then I thought, okay, digital marketing doesn't work. I hire salespeople, same problem, wasted 120,000 in a single year. This person just collected business cards at exhibitions, sold an 8K project, congratulations by the way, but we lost 2,000 euros because he gave too high a discount. So that was my experience, and that was the moment when I decided, okay, I will never ever allow myself to get into this desperate, hard, stressful situation, and I have to learn how marketing works for myself to grow my business to the next level. So what happened? 13.4 million were generated in the past 4 years. And I'm also building a marketing business because I have a data-driven process that was built by engineers that works reliably and data-driven, leverages AI, and has a very high success rate to get you qualified leads and clients profitably and consistently. And in this video, I'm going to show you the phases you need to go through in digital marketing, the phases you should never jump over in order to make sure that you get a positive return on investment. Because if you quit too fast, or if you change things too fast without having enough data to make proper data-based decisions, you will just rely on randomness. And that's the same as if you rely on your network or on referrals to get clients, right? That's just like hope-based marketing. And that's not what you are here for. You are here to get all the tactics and the lessons that I use to grow my business to millions, and I want to hand them over to you. So in this video, I'm going to show you the phases and what you need to respect and know for every specific particular phase. And this will help you either plan your marketing system and also the timeline on when you can expect leads and clients. I will also show you the KPIs you need to monitor in each and every phase so that you know you are on track when you install the system. And if you consider hiring a marketing agency or building an in-house marketing team, you know how you can challenge them and you will see who knows how to get you leads and clients and who is just like marketing him or herself but has no clue on how to get you results. Don't make the mistake that I did and just try to hunt shiny agencies who are able to create nice graphics and visuals and promise you the best branding. That doesn't matter in the beginning. What matters is that you have a good offer, a good message, and a high conversion rate so that you get leads you can talk to. And then you can make the branding better. You don't even need to relaunch your website. That doesn't matter in the beginning. It just matters, let me repeat this, that you have a good offer, that you have a good messaging, you have a proper funnel structure, and that you get leads you can talk to. And to achieve this, I will now show you the phases you need to go through in order to hit this goal. So let's jump right in. Okay, so the first phase, and that's important to go through, solves one specific problem. That is the main problem preventing you from getting more leads and clients other than through your network. And this problem is that nobody knows you in your market. That's why you are not getting enough leads and clients. And people should not just know you, they should know you for one specific thing, for one specific solution that becomes a solution to the problems your market has. Okay? And in software development, so typically either your offer contributes to process automation, which is cost reduction, and reduction of manual effort, manual failures, and manual work. Or revenue increase. If you develop digital products, then you want to contribute to revenue increase because digital products are designed to make money, to be sold, and you want to make sure that your product is loved by users, okay? If you develop websites, typically the purpose of a website is to get leads and clients, right? There is no other purpose other than getting leads and clients or automating processes like customer processes, service requests through your website, okay? That's also a use case. But one or the other should be your core offer, and you want to make sure that your market starts knowing you for this core offer. They should start seeing you as a solution provider instead of just shouting out, hey, we are in business for 10 years, we have 15 or 20 or 40 people, we love software development or digital marketing or whatever, right? What you love, and we have an awesome team and yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about this. What your clients care about is if you understand them, which problem you can solve for them, and how you solve it, your offer. Okay, so that's your core message. We have a lot of other videos on this channel that explain exactly how this works. I won't go deep into this topic because it will explode the video, and I want to show you the phases you need to go through to build a successful marketing system. And the first phase is the awareness phase. So, okay, how do you go through this awareness phase and what really matters during this phase? In the awareness phase, you launch an ad, okay? Don't run awareness campaigns, right? That's not what I'm saying. This gives you absolute shit traffic. You need to run a conversion campaign. There are other videos on this channel that show exactly how this works, how the funnel structure looks like, which offers you should deploy, how the messaging works. But you need to launch video ads that start talking about a problem your specific audience has. Your audience is typically CEOs, CTOs, CIOs, sometimes startup founders, but make sure they have funding, otherwise they don't have money to pay you. And this will increase the awareness in your audience, okay? People start knowing you. Some might already convert. They download your offer document to learn more about how you can help them achieve the goal and turn their problems into the solution. How you can basically reduce their operational costs by automating their processes with a software or by launching a digital product to help them increase their revenues. This is what the awareness phase does for you. You will become known in your market. If nobody knows you and you try to pitch people, like they don't even understand what you try to pitch them and why anybody should care. That's why you should go through this phase in the first place. This takes typically, it depends a bit on how much money you spend per month, between 2 weeks and 6 weeks. If you spend, let's say, $50 a day, it's more in the 6-week range. If you spend like $100 a day, it's more like in the 2 to 3 week range, okay? So the amount of money you spend per day determines on how fast people will start to know you, okay? And again, they should know you for the right message. So that's why the message and the offer are the most important components in your funnel. Key metrics here are definitely your average video watch time, okay? So how long people watch your video. A good KPI is 5 seconds on average, okay? Then you have other KPIs indicating how many people watched your video by a minimum of 25%, 50%, 75%, and then it goes up to 95% and 100%, okay? So people who watch your video 25% and go to 50%, typically you have a drop-off of 50% from people who go from here to there and here to there. That's absolutely normal because attention spans are short. People just saw your initial message, so okay, that's a problem I have and I understand I can solve it, but right now I don't want to solve it, I just continue scrolling my feed, right? That's, by the way, eventually also what prevents you from getting the growth and the progress because you are just consuming content on social media instead of creating a marketing system with ads and content that makes other people in your audience consume your content, right? That's a totally different game. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. That makes you money. The other thing just keeps you busy with no results because it's very unproductive to just scroll your feed. Okay, I digress. So the other metric in the awareness phase when you run your conversion campaign is definitely the CTR, the click-through rate, okay? That's the percent value signaling how many people saw your ad and how many people clicked your ad. Okay, and all these metrics, they show interest and intent, okay? The longer a person watches a video, for example, if you have a 2-minute video and the person watches this video by 50%, that means they have consumed the part of the video when you talk about for whom this video is, which problem you solve, what's the solution, how your offer looks like, and then you expand on the offer for the remaining 50%. If a person watched till this part of your video, it shows a strong interest. And that means later you can retarget these people, even if they didn't click or convert. Okay, so we'll go to this step in the next phase, but there is another metric, which is cost per lead. And again, you don't want to optimize for cheap leads, you want to optimize for cheap qualified leads. That's why you need to have a gatekeeper that qualifies people before they come a lead, because then this metric equals cost per qualified lead. Okay, that's the same if you qualify leads and you only allow qualified leads to enter your funnel. So these are the metrics you need to respect in the awareness phase. That's very important. Okay, so now once you spend, let's say, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or euros or pounds or whatever your currency is, it's all pretty similar, then people started to know you. And you should keep running these ads because more people will start knowing you and you will get more leads, okay? The cost per lead range, by the way, is anywhere from 80 up to 300. If you are selling big projects from, let's say, 30,000 to 200,000 in revenue, right? Your cost per lead can be 300. That's not a problem at all. If you close just every 10th lead, even if you just close every 20th lead, right? That means you pay 6,000 euro to acquire a new client. If your revenue is 30K, even if you have 50% fulfillment costs, you have 15K gross profit, which means you have 9,000 profit from your marketing. And you want a client, and if they purchase another project or a retainer, or you go with them into a bigger project, like this is plain profit because you don't have to spend money on ads anymore. That's why customer acquisition is very important, and it's very important that you charge a lot of money to make a lot of revenue. That allows you to get your marketing investment back much faster. So in other words, you will make an ROI from your marketing spend. So now the next phase is the nurturing phase. Because when people saw you for the first time, maybe they watched your video 50%, maybe they became a lead, right? And they downloaded your offer document because they are qualified. We don't give this document to unqualified people, of course. And this is the second priority. Now you want to make sure that you build trust within the audience. Because if people don't book a call, don't become a lead, don't buy from you, it's because they don't trust you enough. So the nurturing phase is designed to build trust. And you build trust by not showing the same ad that you showed in the beginning, okay? The ad in the beginning to build awareness has a very specific psychologically optimized content structure so that people start knowing you for the right thing, okay? But once they saw this, now you don't want to communicate just your offer in the nurturing phase, but you communicate case studies, background story about you and your business, okay? Because when clients, potential clients, saw you for the first time and they are interested in your offer, signaling this by watching your video by 50% or becoming a lead, now they might be interested in who you are. But in the beginning, nobody cares. So stop communicating about you, make your marketing in the awareness phase all about your clients, okay? And in the nurturing phase, you should communicate the majority, of course, about other clients who got results. Give them some insights about how your process works to get your clients' results. Show case studies. Communicate how you build this business and why you build it, your core values. That's also important, but don't communicate too much about it. It's still more relevant for your clients to understand what you can do for them, how you can help them, how much certainty you give them that they get the result, okay? You provide this by eventually explaining your guarantees, showing case studies from other clients who achieved the results in the same industry, right? That relates to the right people in the right way. And these are all things to build trust. You can also show deeper knowledge by, for example, communicating root causes of problems, by expanding on how you turn problems into solutions, or also communicating which stupid things your clients should avoid, right? I also tell you the most stupid thing is just run a campaign, talk about yourself, set up the wrong technical attributes in your campaign to feed your campaign and the AI and the algorithm with trash data. That's the fastest way to burn your money, get frustrated, and end up with no leads and clients at all, okay? So if you do something like this, your clients see you have experience. That's what you do in the nurturing phase. And here you typically retarget people who watch your video a minimum of 50% or became a lead. That's a very small audience, but the good thing is you only need to spend around 10% of the budget you allocate to your top of the funnel campaign or awareness campaign, right? Which is typically here $50 to $100. Okay, and here you have 10% of this. So it can be like $5 to $10 a day. The metrics you should watch for is still the average video watch time. Okay, so this applies also for the nurturing campaign. And also, of course, the click-through rate and the cost per qualified lead. Okay, cost per qualified lead is the same as cost per lead, as I said, when you have a gatekeeper installed that filters out the wrong people and lets only the right people pass. Okay, that trains the algorithm to find you more of the right people, and that's very important to constantly increase your lead quality compared to counting every lead as a qualified lead, even if they are like fake leads. And this conditions the algorithm to get you more fake leads, right? You get what you ask for. That's how it goes in digital marketing. You attract what you put out, which content you put out, and how you condition the algorithm to go for the right or the wrong people. Okay, so these are the two main metrics. And then, of course, when you got a lead, you want to nurture these leads by sending them additional email sequences. So that's basically the same content in the email sequence that you have in your nurturing campaign. And you want to make sure that people trust you and see you all the time on all channels. That's very important. When people get on a call with me, they typically tell me, hey, it feels like I saw you forever and we know each other. But yeah, the fun fact is I don't know them because they just consumed my ads. But the ads work for me while I sleep. Okay, they build trust, they build awareness, they get me clients or at least leads that want to talk to me. And the next step would then be the sales closing or the sales process in general, right? When people become a lead, they enter your sales process. And the first step, of course, is like a discovery call, which is the first step of the sales closing process. And then you have the strategy call or the sales closing call. And there you create a proposal and you try to close this lead into a paying client. Okay, but that's the third step. Yeah, and these are the three phases: awareness, nurturing, sales closing, that you need to respect. And if you have no marketing system at all, that doesn't work. You want to start with the awareness phase. By the way, there is another video showing you the absolute top priorities you should focus on if you want to start building a marketing system. We put it somewhere here around this video and also a link in the description so that you can move on to next video and understand where exactly you should focus on and how to make sure that your marketing system performs, no matter if you build it yourself or if you hire an agency or in-house marketing team to build it for you. That's what you need to know because you want to see that they follow these priorities. Otherwise, you will just burn money or they burn your money without you even knowing it. All right. So if you got some value from this video, I would appreciate if you give me a like and subscribe. As always, this helps me stay motivated and create more of these videos. And these videos help you grow faster, more profitably, and with less work using the power of systems, automation, and AI. I'm looking forward to the next video. Cheers and happy scaling.